Good Saturday evening, everybody. Nick here with the updated video cast for you, and hopefully you're all having a safe and Merry Christmas Eve. It's going to be pretty interesting as we go through the rest of the holiday weekend and into the home stretch of 2016, especially in terms of our weather setup. So let's drop the webcam to the corner here, and let's look at the headlines quickly. We'll be looking at a pretty mild Christmas on tap, even though we'll have to fight with clouds, rain, and thunderstorm chances before we see cooler air work back in here as we go into much of next week. But let's look at that mild Christmas on tap, though, because we're expecting highs in the upper 60s to some spots, close to 70 degrees for your Sunday afternoon. If that holds true, that could be one of the top 3 warmest Christmas days on record. So far, the top 3 is the high of 67, set back in 1960 at the Joplin Regional Airport, 69, set back in 1904, and our record of 71 degrees, set back in 1971. So this is certainly not Christmas weather or usual Christmas weather around here, but at the very least, it's a lot better than last weekend, where we had to deal with freezing drizzle, freezing rain, and then snow, and not to mention a good Arctic blast behind that. Still can't believe we're talking about how much of a difference a week makes, especially going into the Christmas holiday of all days around here. The Skywatch Storm Tracker kept us quiet, even though we've had on and off cloud cover throughout the day. For those of you seeing the clearing skies, don't get used to it, because we're going to see more cloud cover working overnight, not to mention more moisture, which could result in some dense fog in some spots as we go into Christmas morning. So the Weather Service out in Wichita, Topeka, and Kansas City have already outlined most of southeastern Kansas with dense fog advisories until 9 a.m. Technically, they're not out for Crawford, Bourbon, or Cherokee counties yet, but I would not be surprised if most spots had to deal with some fog under otherwise partly to mostly cloudy skies as we go through the overnight. Any rain, in fact, let me hide the webcam for a second here. Any rain to speak of today stayed mainly in Arkansas and into the Tennessee Valley. But have a look at what the next system is doing already, posting winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings from Montana all the way down the Rocky Mountain Range to as far south as Arizona and New Mexico. We have blizzard warnings for parts of the Dakotas tonight, and even some ice storm warnings mixed again with winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings as you go into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. All because of the storm system that's still developing. In fact, there's the surface map for you, that low-pressure center in northeastern parts of Utah. We're going to have the warm front through first, and then our cold front in the warm side. That's what's going to be driving our thunderstorm chances as we go into Christmas Day. So let me hide the webcam for you again, and let's look at how the surface map will go as we go through the future track. Throughout the rest of the night in our neck of the woods, we'll have that warm front gradually lift north overhead. That's going to up the moisture around here, up some rain chances or some drizzle overnight, not to mention warm us up as we go throughout the night as well. But once the low well to the northwest of us really matures and really kicks the wind and shape, that's going to kick off the snow machine in the cold side of the system. So no reason, or no surprise rather, to see those winter storm warnings and especially those blizzard warnings for areas north and west of here. In our neck of the woods, though, let me pop the webcam back on, we're going to have to deal with the warm side of the system, launching some rain and even some thunderstorms anytime between 1, 2, or 3 p.m. going into Christmas night. It's going to start in our southeastern Kansas counties and northeastern Oklahoma counties as we get the afternoon underway. Ahead of it, highs again, upper 60s to near 70 degrees. I think most spots will top out around 68. Notice how very thin that squall line is painted on by the future track. So it's not looking like a thick, mean squall line by any means. But if we do have some instability as we go into tomorrow afternoon, we'll have to watch for some severe thunderstorms. It's not looking like a big severe threat by any means, but in the yellow outline for areas mainly north and west of Chanute, and the other state, Fredonia, and Independence, that's where we'll see our big severe threat, if you want to call it that. For us, though, we'll have to watch for strong, possibly severe storms between 2 o'clock in the afternoon to about 10, 11 o'clock Sunday night as the line works east. I don't see much of a tornado threat or a hail threat with this setup. If anything was to trigger a severe thunderstorm warning or two, it will be mainly for high wind, maybe some heavy rain thrown into the mix as well. So we're not looking at a big severe setup by any means, but still hard to believe we're talking about thunderstorms on Christmas Day, especially around here. Going into the rest of the night, Christmas night, and into Monday morning, where some of us will have to go back to work Monday morning, we're going to see things clear out and cool down behind that front. We'll have hot lows, rather, Monday morning starting in the mid-40s, and I can only see highs going into the mid-50s, but we'll keep the skies quiet and pretty mostly sunny as we go into Monday afternoon. So let's look at the future track for the rest of the night. Clouds will be back on the increase. I think overnight lows to start your Christmas Day will start around 54 at midnight, then we warm to the upper 50s by the time we head towards 6 a.m. Going into Christmas Day, the clouds stay in place, but even though I have to deal with some rain and thunderstorms throughout the day before they work in, have a look. Everybody's going to be near 68 degrees, and again, a few spots near 70. And then the 7-day forecast has the 50s returning, low the mid-50s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with skies remaining partly to mostly sunny. A quick cold front knocks highs back into the mid-40s Thursday and Friday, and then we'll see if rain chances can sneak back in just in time for not only New Year's Eve, but also as we go into our first day of 2017. Have a good night. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.